lobster class. That's my dad.
Our last example is looking at getting the surface area of a cone, which also works for a pyramid, where I have the altitude but not the slant. Remember, in order to do these surface area problems, I need the slant, the distance along the edge. This distance here. I don't have that in this particular picture, but I do have the altitude. By itself, not really useful, but I can use it in order to get the other measurements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on that triangle there. I can peel off the pieces. 6. Now the diameter is 16. I only want part of that, half to be exact. That's 8. So I can now apply the Pythagorean theorem in order to get the slant of L. Pythagorean theorem would be 6 squared plus 8 squared equals L squared. I'm going to caution you against overusing this as a straight plug it in by square it, add it. Because there will be problems when we do volume, where you're going to want the altitude, not the slant, and you may be given the slant. More important than anything, you remember how to work the Pythagorean theorem. Leg squared plus leg squared is hypotenuse squared. That's the key to remember. That's this expression. Effectively, it works out the same. This is going to boil down to 100 equals L squared, or L is equal to 10. Now that I have my slant of 10, I can plug and chug through the formula, and we can call it a day. The surface area is equal to pi r L plus pi r squared. The lateral area for a cone, pi r L. The base, pi r squared, because it's a circle. So that becomes pi times r, which is 8, times the slant, which we calculated to be 10, pi, again, radius, which is 8 squared. Plug that through, I get 80 pi plus 64 pi. Takes me to a final answer of 144 pi. I'm going to leave it there in terms of pi. If you'd like to make it into a decimal, you're more than welcome to by multiplying 144 by 3.14 and then rounding it appropriately. That would give me a decimal approximation. For our purposes, things that end in pi, we can leave there in order to keep the math simple, make it a little easier to work. Again, the key to remember, though, if you think back, is this idea of altitude versus slant. Make sure you focus on those while you proceed. All right, good luck.